Today, I want to talk about how StudExpo helps students make that critical shift from passenger to a driver by developing something that notebooks cannot: emotional intelligence. So, for instance, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions, while effectively recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. By Daniel Goleman, he said that emotional intelligence is built on 5 pillars. First, self-awareness, to be aware of your own strengths and emotions. Second, self-regulation, to regulate and calibrate your own emotions and impulses. Third, motivation, to use those emotions to persistence and energy. Social skills, to learn how to lead others, to make interactions more enticing. Empathy, to use your emotions and others to unite the talk. So, why does emotional intelligence matter in education? So first, we have the classroom knowledge. What is the classroom knowledge? You're in a place, a classroom, and all the data and the knowledge that your teacher is providing you is called knowledge. So we call that classroom knowledge. For the real-world application, every experience that you have handled in the real world. So between these two, we can see that 3 pillars merge from both of them. First, we have resilience, which helps students manage stress and navigate complex challenges. Collaboration, it improves teamwork and cross-functional problem solving. For example, if you have a team that is working on a certain project, without collaboration, you cannot have that interactivity or that project that you want it to be without the emotional intelligence between all of you. Influence. Influence is not about power, it's about authentic leadership. We can see that influence enhances communication and it integrates or implements in your personality authentic leadership. So, let's see how StudExpo, as a platform for emotional intelligence, affected students in the conference. First, we have the prelude, FLEND, and BLEND. Now, we move on to the StudExpo, which is the action. We've merged it, or we've divided it into 3 parts. Total responsibility. We can see that when students were able to take the full ownership of things and make their own decisions, they had that responsibility that made them a leader. Authentic engagement. When we saw Dr. Khalid Hijri speaking in his speech, we saw that we had a real-world interaction with an expert, with someone who can educate us about 1,000,000 and triple things that we can never imagine of. We can never imagine. So, pressure navigation. When challenges are put between you and this conference, you learn how to navigate your pressure, to calm down that stress and impulses that all merge into you throughout, and you tell yourself that you can do it, and you can navigate that pressure and make it more or self-regulated, and you become more emotionally intelligent. So we have activities that build emotional intelligence at StudExpo. So as you can see, we have the event action and how it affected us emotionally. So for the event action, we have the presentations and the public speaking. We have 2, collaboration and empathy, and expression of motivation. We have team projects and roundtables. Then we had confidence and self-regulation with listening and managing disagreements. For creative performances, there were listening and managing disagreements with confidence and self-regulation. For workshops and discussions, we had collaboration and empathy with expression of motivation. So we can see that for my personal experience, when I had the presentations and public speaking, I felt a lot of things. I felt anxiousness and stress, but after that, I was taught a very significant value in your life, that you have been, in that moment, you were emotionally intelligent, and you regulated yourself. You tried to do your best, and you did. So it really helped me to know that after that presentation, there were a lot of views that changed within me, and it made me more confident and more motivated to do so many things. So, earlier I didn't explain deeply what the terms the passenger and the driver mean. So the passenger is protected from failure, and he's just awaiting instructions. He never takes control. He's just waiting for that person to do the right thing. While we have the driver. The driver is somebody that takes responsibility and problem solves when the solutions don't even matter. He tries to take that full responsibility and guide people with him. Imagine yourself in the car. You're the driver. You have the paddles and the steering wheel. You're in control of everything. For responsibility and problem solving, you have the empathetic guidance. You need to understand diverse ideologies and thoughts. You need to have a public engagement, which is harnessing emotional control to command an audience. And the driver is somebody that is really important in society. We cannot go forth or go on about life without the driver how can we say it? That carves our path. So I wanted to add this part to give you a basic point of view of the real world readiness. So emotional intelligence and the real world readiness. First we have the machine intelligence. We all know that we can never surpass machines in their infinite data processing, their flawless memorization, and their rapid automation. But we as humans, we have imperatives. These imperatives are values-based leadership, empathetic collaboration, and complex adaptability. So we see that StudExpo provides students a safe and rigorous environment to practice the precise skills that machines cannot replicate in modern careers. So the lessons we've learned throughout the StudExpo. First, we have the academic theory. Everything that we did in High Up or we've learned from the movies and the roundtables, these are the academic theory. For the real world action, it was StudExpo. So when we unite the two, we have the growth zone. This zone is the most important aspect of this journey. It not only does it develop emotional intelligence in just theory, no, it's something that is physical, that is action and friction. For students, this zone builds real resilience, empathy, and self-confidence. And it makes us engage with the real world, how people interact, and so on and so forth. So this is the zone that you need to thrive to. I made an infographic summarizing everything that we've learned throughout this presentation. So, what are you waiting for, leaders? You need to cultivate emotional intelligence not only in high, but in your real life. You need to be someone that uses that academic work and the real world to make that zone not only thrive, but it prepares you for life and leadership. And thank you.
With open hearts, we choose to care. A brighter world is ours to share.